missed that part. And
good evening and welcome to A Gypsy's Kiss. It's Friday Fenndango and I'm Shelley Carney.
And I'm Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got some emails to read, some text messages to read, some voicemails to listen to, and then we'll open up those phone lines and raise some Cain. Because he was my favorite brother. Yeah. Let me see where that came from. Thankfully, it isn't that loud on their end, I don't think.
We'll find out.
Maps. We've done maps. We've done, what else did we do today? Special place. That's this week. So now it's open Friday night. Friday night open conversation. Hey, you guys in Facebook?
Facebook?
Facebook. Dan and Jennifer, welcome. We can see your chat here, so we might be able to answer questions if you have them. We spent the afternoon talking to a prospective interview. Hi, Miss Shelley. Here's two.
Oh. Cheers.
Cheers.
Congrats.
Thank you. Same to you.
Let's put this out of the way.
So, damn, I make a good margarita, don't I?
The best.
Well, Cynthia's, I think, is a little bit better. We're going to do some housekeeping, but the reason we're celebrating is earlier today we went over 4,900 subscribers, so we're really happy about that. We're 100 away from 5,000. We're still not PewDiePie, but 5,000 subscribers we feel like is a pretty damn good place to be for this guy.
Yeah.
So
we're having a little party tonight.
Are you doing your Facebook watch party?
That's what kind of party we're going to have. A watch party on Facebook.
Housekeeping, you want towels?
You want towels. So please remember before the evening is done to take the opportunity to like our live stream. YouTube likes it when you like our live stream, and we like it when you like our live stream. In addition to that, share this with your family members, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, and the entirety of your social networks so that we can
grow the channel.
Because we want to grow this channel. We want to keep growing this channel because it's a lot of fun. And who knows how much longer this could last. I mean, somebody could find the treasure, and we're over at Woo Woo City, huh?
Woo Woo City? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I haven't decided what we're going to do after this, after somebody finds the treasure.
Wait, the softer side, man. Did you guys see that video yet? We had so much fun. We got to open this box. I had no idea what was going to be inside. Toby and I got to discover all these biohacking treats. And, we're going to have a lot of fun with that stuff in the next couple of months.
Yeah. I think it was a lot of fun. And then last but not least, if you're not already a subscriber, one of the 4,902 others, although it'll change before the night is out. If you're not already one of the 4,902 subscribers that we already have, this would be an excellent time for you to join that crew. And once you click on the subscribe button, you'll see the notifications bell. Click on that notifications bell, Christine Kenzie. And that way, every time we start a live stream or we schedule a live stream, you will be immediately informed and
in the know.
So
in the loop.
So we have a couple of announcements to make. Do we have email? We got emails, right?
6 of them, I think.
I didn't post that one in the community thing. We're going to have to read it.
Oh, no.
Okay, we'll read
Better
it.
not be too drunk by then.
Okay. One margarita, really? But I do have to make an announcement. So we've crossed swords with YouTube over our music position. And we are in the midst of, I don't know how to describe it. It's as active a negotiation as one can get with YouTube. It means an email exchange.
It's our platform. You'll do what we say.
Yeah, and we keep trying to explain to them we are doing what they're saying. I don't know for any of you that know about copyright law as well as the fair use law. We've always relied on the fair use law, and they've never argued it. For some reason now they're arguing it. And here's what happens. All they have to do is pick one of those songs, and all it takes is one of them. So the number of songs we play every night.
Probably Crazy Train.
Damn you, William.
Yeah,
Damn
William.
you.
It's all your fault.
So we're fighting with them. We're debating over fair use, although there's nothing in the copyright law about fair use. Fair use is a mythical defense, and it has worked sometimes, it hasn't worked others. But until we figure out where what.
Just, damn you, Mitchells.
Damn you, Mitchell. We'll need to tell you that story later.
Okay.
So we're not going to play music. We can play the one that the one that I played tonight, because that came from YouTube audio, the creator's audio.
$2.
Oh, thank you.
We can use a clip from songs for educational use.
Yeah, you know what? It has to be for educational use, but we fall under we're commercial.
Yeah, because we put advertising on the show.
And you just proved it. You just proved that we're a commercial entity, so they're having a problem with that. But we are negotiating, so give us a couple of weeks. And it happened after I took everybody's songs that we were planning to have this week that I didn't have last week, got them in, and then Nasty Gram from YouTube. So, and a demonetization of a video, which was enough to set me off, because they've done that to us about 3 times in the past.
And we keep trying to fix it, and it just doesn't get any better. So.
Yeah. So we decided for just a couple of weeks until we figured this out with
But
YouTube.
we still have cowbell.
We do have
We
cowbell.
still have ka-ching, ka-ching.
We have
we still have
this.
You need towels?
At the moment, we're limited to this list of music. Ready? So we got or sound effects.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
And then you got the ka-ching. I'd like to hear that more often.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
And then we got when you do something really, really good.
Like hit the cowbell.
Right.
I get a plus.
And then we've got this when you say something really funny. Oh, I can't do Shelley's thing. And then we have, I can't do Wednesday intro. But I can do the Friday intro, the Fenndango one.
I'll have to change those out
that
to
is,
YouTube music.
So just give us a couple of weeks. They've been good about this before. It's just over the past, I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks, they pinged us.
Yeah, they've been really
And the way they ping you is they demonetize you, and then they basically say, okay, you want to debate it. And up until this time, it's only been singular videos, but
we don't want to lose
it's starting to get
channels
serious.
and
Yeah, we don't
stuff.
want to lose the channel, so okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't gotten any copyright complaints. We haven't gotten any copyright strikes. It's just that they demonetize it.
Could you have Fiverr make a song if requested?
Yes, you could. As a matter of fact, I think that's what Cow and Capro have done. They've got somebody to write an original piece that they paid for outright. They own the copyright. They may not own the copyright, but they purchased the music specifically
Just
for them.
sing, Toby. It says Ewok.
You don't want me to sing.
Oh, you sing good. Goodly.
You basically sing like a Spanish movie star.
Hey, you used to sing in a band.
True. I belonged to a band in high school called the Nuclear Warhead. Huh?
See? I used to sing with a band too, but that was just when I had a few
I can even sing in
margaritas.
Spanish. I sing in
How many
Spanish.
times is AGK going live per day? Twice on Wednesdays and twice on Fridays. And then Softer Side once on Wednesdays and once on Fridays.
Yeah.
And Joe S. said that he enjoyed my show today, and he was there.
Yeah,
so
he was.
Should know.
It really was a good show.
So you guys
It was a
should
lot of
check
fun.
it out.
Thanks for joining us there today,
Yeah.
Joe. Mission Impossible music. You know, that would almost be appropriate.
That
would almost be appropriate. Okay, so where do we want to start? We want to start with emails? Boy.
Yeah, but you got to play the video.
Emails. We got to play the.
I
can we
used
do
YouTube
this?
music on those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just thought of that. Hey, Stephen, actually, Shelley has a really pretty voice. Let me read this one, okay?
If you choose.
Okay, this is from, the subject line is Fenn, and it's from Cooper Smith. Cooper Smith. Hi, my name is Cooper, and I do believe that I have a good solve. And once I figured out all of the lines and solved it, I realized there is a way to check yourself and verify that you are right, because once you do solve it, the way to verify it will jump out at you, and you will grow, and you will go, oh, wow. That's how you will go. It's not in quotes. That was an entire sentence. Well, I have solved it, and I think you will hear about me again this year. I have had boots on the ground and realized that I need another person with me to reach the spot, because it is not in an easy spot. We should tell him that Fenn probably didn't take anyone to help him. The too far to walk does mean it. I will say that. Now, also, my decipher. It also says Fenn is giving you the next book called To the Gold, and he is giving you The Last and Cattle Company. And he is giving you his old car in a garage in Texas, and the ruins. He is also giving you, oh, fuck that. Oh. Jesus Christ.
Demonetize us for that one. All right, then. Moving on to the next email, we have, I'll let you read that one too.
Oh, what's this? Oh, this is from Calazars. So from Mike Howling and Christy, he's referring to the 2019 coin hunt. He says, the area was checked 2 days ago and the proxy item was gone, but we were not contacted. So I guess you guys who are participating in all of this know what he's talking about. A new proxy item has been left in the original place, and it is a poker chip with a code on it. This proxy item is in Massachusetts. K-Pro talks about the clues at the 2-minute mark. Oh, and he gave me a YouTube channel. I'll add that to the comments below. P.S. Don't miss the Forrest Fenn Chat Marathon live all day Saturday, June 15th, starting at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you go and watch. They're going to do another chat marathon, and they have a bunch of guests lined up. I will be watching from the hospital, I guess. I don't know. So check out what Cow said, and make sure you guys participate in that chat marathon. It was a lot of fun last time. I'm sorry we're missing it this time.
James Casey gave us $5.
Thank you.
Ching, and
Thank you, James
he
Casey.
says, and we got Shelley singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow. How was that? Oscar Rodriguez says, not Hump Day, the camel. That's the only reason I watched the show. Well, I'll tell you what, Oscar, I will redo that video with different music, and it will be fine.
Oh.
Right?
It didn't even come up.
Well, because
it doesn't have any music. Right?
I put the Louisiana Saturday Night in the background of it.
Oh.
The karaoke version.
Oh. We'll figure that one out. We are not going to lose.
I'll change the music.
Yeah, that's just changing the music.
Yeah. The rest should be fine because it's cut up and it should be fine.
So Sassy says she's on from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific time with Susie.
Oh.
They're going to be on the
Susie and Sassy show.
Susie and Sassy show tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m.
That'll be fun.
Pacific time. What is that mountain? That would be 3 p.m. mountain, right? Why would you be watching from the... Wayne, we tried to explain that. We were going to participate in the event. We were actually going to live stream it simulcast on Cow and our channel. But the battery in my defibrillator, you can't see it. I wear a defibrillator. I have a defibrillator in the skin. It's 7 years, and the battery started beeping at me. And the only day they could get me in is tomorrow. So I'm going to have it popped out, and we can't talk about this in front of Mitzi because it makes her sick.
I don't even know she's here. We got $5 for My Love Lucy. Leaving for the beach tomorrow. We'll miss you for a week. Someone find the treasure chest. Sad you can't play my song.
Which beach are you going to, Lucy? Are you on the East Coast or the West? So if you're on the East Coast, tell me, because my girls are all beach girls.
Oh, Lucy. Oh, Ricky, he's so fine. He's so fine. He blows my mind. Hey, Ricky.
That's not I
Ricky.
Love Lucy.
Well, how's it going?
I think it was. Well, it was an instrumental.
I love Lucy. Yes,
No.
I love Lucy.
No, it was an
and
instrument.
Lucy loves me. No.
Wayne, thank you. It's a what do they call it? Outpatient procedure. You're awake during the entire operation. All they do is cut open the place where they put it into.
AJ Rainville on the Fenn Marathon at 11 p.m.? 11 p.m.? It's going that late?
I didn't think so.
Oh, unless it's supposed to be a 1. But it's 2 1s in a row. So 11 p.m. tomorrow.
AJ, correct that if that's correct. 11 p.m.
Wordplay and lateral thinking in the Forrest Fenn poem. That sounds interesting.
Are they going for 8 p.m. Pacific? He says 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. So, all right. So, yeah, the whole thing with a defibrillator, it's an outpatient. You're awake during the operation, local anesthetic. They pop it out, and they don't actually replace the battery. They replace the whole device.
Hi, honey.
And so you get 7 years worth of new technology.
So Toby wants us to come over tomorrow and help him with his sprinklers.
With my Rainbird. I can't figure out my sprinklers in my new house, Kevin. I need help. So
are we having dinner? And margaritas and stuff?
That's the least I could do. I'll treat you guys to some...
he wouldn't drink it, but...
I'll treat you guys to some bagel burgers.
Bagel burgers. No bagels for...
Well, you can have it without the bagel. We can eat the bagel burgers.
All right, bagel burgers.
Yeah, we're having bagel burgers tomorrow if you come over and help me with the Rainbird, because apparently I'm getting old and I can't figure out this stuff. Okay, next email, your turn.
All right, this is Buddy Holly. Ooh, wee, ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, and you're Mary Tyler Moore.
You guys have really started her here. You should have never brought up the whole singing thing.
Well, I'm allowed to sing. So there. Buddy Holly is the title, and it's from Ken Blythe. Gents and Shelley, of course. Don't know if you are Buddy Holly fans, but seeing you live seeing you live close to Clovis, Norm Petty Studios, etc., I thought I would send this video of my band's latest promo. We do a tribute to Buddy Holly, and I have been in Clovis. I've been to Clovis twice, met Buddy's family over the years, and am a bit of a Holly nut. Keep up the chase, Ken. I thought Buddy Holly was from like Lubbock or something.
He might have recorded there. You could have recorded
Clovis.
in Clovis. Yeah, who knew?
You know who lives in Clovis?
Who lives in Clovis?
Our friend.
Well, apparently it's...
Sean.
Sean Martinez. Mm-hmm. He's from Clovis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is. Oh, let me play. Oh, I can't.
Anyway, there's the link.
I put the link in the description box below. If you have a Buddy Holly, passion for Buddy Holly music, these guys actually sounded, they're one of those bands, what do they call them? They're not cover bands, but tribute bands. And they sounded damn good. So I put, it's a Vimeo video, which YouTube does.
What's a Buddy Holly song? Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue.
That's not
pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Uh-oh, Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Ooh, 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 ooh,
I don't think that's Buddy Holly, is it?
And I need you, Peggy
That was before my time.
You didn't see the movie?
I had no interest. I'm not a Buddy Holly person. My turn?
I guess. After that comment.
Okay, this the subject line on this one is spot. All uppercase followed by
sit spot
1,
sit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exclamation points. Hi, Shelley and Cloby. Cloby? What?
Who?
Hi, Shelley and Toby. Hope you are all well. I have watched your videos. Recently, and the focus has changed back to the poem. Yeah, but you are still boots on the ground. Oh, I gotta start. I don't even make any sense. I'm not on.
How much did you drink?
Hi, Shelley. Hi, Shelley, Toby. Hope you are well. I have watched your videos recently, and the focus has changed back to the poem. Yeah, but you are still boots on the ground mindset. Any God treasure map gives you the X. This is where the treasure is. 5 exclamation points. You are still happy to assume you reach a location by the wording, which could be maybe 50 feet, 100 feet, or 2,000 feet of area. That does not get you to the treasure. The great man says it will lead you straight to the treasure, not somewhere near. The poem has rabbit holes too. If the poem were the map, follow the clues, not boots on the ground, Toby. Just follow the clues in the poem. Good luck, Mario. Oh, this is from Mario Marturano.
Uh-huh.
He's the one that wrote us last week.
Okay.
It was so long we had to put it in the...
and he put it. He wrote us.
And that long email...
This week he just wrote us twice instead.
Oh, okay.
One long one is
Your
two shorter
Scrooge.
ones.
So that email that I got frustrated reading, I will put that in the community blog.
Okay.
Kevin says we are having bagel burgers tomorrow. If you help me with the Rainbird, Kevin.
He's good at sprinklers.
I know.
This is from Mario again, and it's called Scrooge. Thank you for your reply, Shelley and Toby. If I give you more, you will have the solve and the treasure, and I will have nothing.
Oh.
This will help, though I know of 2 solves to the poem. I'm sorry. That had a whole bunch of exclamation points after it, which usually indicates the end of a sentence, but in this point, it didn't. Though I know of 2 solves to the poem, both take me to the same location. As you know from previous emails, I do not go boots on the ground, so there may be 3. That was in all caps.
Oh.
No one has doubted that the great man is awesome. I think you underestimate him. The great man himself said, "It will lead you straight to the treasure." I can go there myself. His words, not mine. Every treasure map puts you at the spot where the treasure is, not in the vicinity of the treasure, give or take a few hundred feet. Have emailed Major Forrest Fenn. He thanked me for my comments, not treasure related. I don't think. I am trying to go out there, but my...
Was that the end of a sentence? Okay, all right.
I am trying to go out there, but my medical history combined with my activity, seeking treasure, is not making that easy. Also, there is a lot to consider with the aftermath, firstly to Major Fenn and his family, then to me and mine, and to the Fenn community, as well as how do I retrieve and move the treasure from America to England? Laws, tax rights of ownership, etc. Major Fenn says, wait 30 days. I cannot stay holed up in a hotel in America, nor can I just walk into a bank and deposit it. Good luck in your hunt. If I partnered up, it would have to be some contract. Honestly, both solves, same answer. This is for your eyes only, a head start, if you will. Should I read that?
Yeah, we already
read
that
everything.
far.
I do not think it will be long before everyone trusts the poem more. The solves are there. The place is there. Mario.
William Ross says, or Wayne Ross says, a very well dramatized reading.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, my turn. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of emails. Oh, this is from Jody. So you guys know her as Jeep Girl Jody. I didn't realize this. She says, I had to catch up on the videos this week. Just watched Maps.
With an exclamation point, because it's the end of the sentence.
This is the company I work for, and the company is called Geospatial Experts, which is the company that helped us with the maps. We sell the software that BLM uses to compile spatial information. I have lots of BLM office
Spatial or
customers.
special?
Spatial.
We're special today. Now it's spatial.
You're a spatial person.
I am. Thank you.
Spatial information. I have lots of BLM office customers. Good thing I am honest. Let me know if you ever have random Colorado questions come up. I have
random ones.
Yeah, they have to be random.
Yeah,
I have
if
quite
they're
a
very
few
pointed,
old-school
like,
maps.
Forget it.
Pointed, probing questions.
If they're probing
here
and
we go
pointed
again,
questions, we don't want them.
like
Only
the-
random.
I have quite a few old school maps. Oh, she mentioned this in a conversation we had with her. I have quite a few old school maps, and I study them. I love them. I have looked at the Colorado side of the Rio Chama. For some reason, I highlighted Archuleta Creek. I'm not sure why. Anyway, have a good afternoon. Hugs to you both.
Oh.
And she gave me, in case you guys wanted to take a look at Geospatial Experts, I put the link in the description box below. So if you wanted to share in that experience. Thank you for sending that, Jody. That was very kind.
Yay. Random questions about Colorado should go to Jeep Girl Jody.
Yep. Drinks are speaking. Jungle Cruiser says, could you use a casino vault to keep the treasure in for a while? Do you know? I've wondered about that. You could, but why not just go to a bank and get a
Safe deposit box.
safe deposit box? So that's why they call it a safe deposit box. And it's only in the movies that guys raid banks for the safe deposit boxes. Although I guess if they knew somebody had tipped them off that the Fenn treasure was goodbye Fenn treasure.
There's probably more valuable things in those boxes.
Okay, what do you want to do? Let's say hi to the
say
pigs.
hi, yeah. Why not?
This is not going to be as much fun without music.
Oh, no. We'll have to hit the bell and this applause and I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right. So where are we at?
I'm at... Hang on.
Tipsy Gypsies in the house.
Gypsies in the house. I'm at 18...
You're a what?
Excuse me. Oh, 1813. That was 6 foot. What?
18,
These guys were in
13.
there
We
at
took
6.
a little trip.
Oops.
What?
Excuse me. I got the hiccups.
Wow. I'm at
Yeah.
6:54.
Just start at 7. That's when the show starts. Technically, that's when the show starts.
Technically, 7 o'clock is James Casey.
Hey, James. How are you doing?
I love Lucy. I love Lucy. Yes, I love Lucy.
Are you going to sing all the songs?
Lucy loves me. Yep. Finders Keepers. Hello. Christine Quincy. Kenzie. She's sipping on Miller.
What?
She's sipping on Miller.
Oh.
Joe S. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, Joe,
Don't
we
go
will play
around
music.
the
Thanks.
night.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Joe. That was very nice.
There's a bathroom on the right. Okay. Illinois Ghost. Ghostbuster.
IG, we found your...
Who are you going to call?
We actually found your Ghostbusters. We had already cropped it and everything.
Yeah.
Trimmed it, not cropped it.
Mr. T is here. I pity the foo.
I pity the fool.
Ander Haven. Maps. Mappity maps.
You guys got her started.
Debbie
now.
Teal is here.
Hi, Debbie. We would play your music if YouTube wasn't...
Michael Cohen. Hey. Been a while since we saw you in the chat room, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Sassy's here. Missed all the rooster crowing in here while we were waiting.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
There's been a bunch of it today.
It's been a rooster kind of day, isn't it? Steve from Oregon is here. Christine, did we receive your emails?
Christine, we get your emails. Yeah. We just don't respond. We don't have a response for them. We are getting your emails, right? We just have no way to respond. We can't comment on the stuff that you're sending us.
Except make sure that if you're not getting notifications, you have to click on the bell and then click on the wheel that does your settings, right? And then when you've clicked on the wheel for settings, then you have a whole bunch of settings that pop up. And then you get to choose what you want.
Bird's in the room. Hey, Bird. Michael Ken. You know what? We've got some folks in the Facebook page. Dan Riebman. Say hi, Dan. And Jennifer Norrid. Hi, Jennifer. And let's see. That's all that's calling from Facebook. Facebook, I can see your comments on the Restream chat.
And you didn't even say a word.
Read.
Tony Driver, yummy. AJ Rainville, drinks. I want one, says Mr. T.
William says, my family thinks I'm nuts. William joined the crew. They all think we're nuts.
Toby Fan 3000 John Werner's here. One of our lovely moderators. Oscar Rodriguez.
Jennifer starts singing, moving, ride.
Ah, hit him up, move him out, hit him up. Wayne Ross, hey everybody. Jungle Cruiser. Drawing nigh with the first super chat of the night. 23 Monarcha. Do everything, turn.
We're going to get busted. You keep doing that, we're going to get busted.
You're allowed to sing.
Oh, okay.
You just can't use the original song. Asset Marketing's here. Sheets Trove.
Sheets like SHE. Oh, interesting.
Like on your bed. Yeah. It says TGIF. Hello, Toby, Shelley, Fenn Hunters. Linda Stark. Tony Stark's
sister. He's not married. It's got to be a sister.
Pepper. More cowbell. Ewok.
More cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
So, Mr. Anonymous has a really good idea. After I retrieve the chest, I will dedicate a percentage to making another chest to hide, and I'll ask you two to continue your wonderful show for years to come. How thoughtful is that?
But will you pay us? Because you'll have all that treasure.
Yeah, we'll have all that treasure. We'll do it for money. We'll do anything for money.
Well, not anything, but
'Cause
that we would do.
Apparently, we're only in it for all the money.
Yeah, well, because there's so much of it. All right, Jen's Ezer.
Esser.
Esser?
Oh, he likes all my Instagram posts. I don't know who he is, but he does like all my Instagram.
He or she?
Hello, how many times is AGK live per day? Oh, you already answered that question. Twice on Wednesday, twice on Friday, and the softer side in between on Wednesday and Friday. AGK sandwiches the softer side.
Mount Jam 1971. Sing out back where we cannot hear. I was like, well, why don't you sing tenor 15 miles away?
Steve says, Gypsy Kiss, okay, enough of Toby singing Let's Try Shelley. Yeah, she's much better at it than I am.
Alan Kay is here.
Although we do karaoke together every once in a while.
Not often.
No.
We fight when we karaoke.
What's something weird about that whole karaoke thing when we fight?
We should just do it at home.
It's kind of sad to see Toby and Shelley fight. Can you imagine Toby and Shelley
It is
fighting?
sad.
Yeah.
It's sadness. That's why we don't do it. Point V. North Santa Fe. Could be some dog park in Santa Fe. North. Texas sad. Oops.
Texas Ad thought that you laughing the other night was pretty dang funny.
Well, I thought it was funny too.
Michael Ken goes, I am Bird.
Oh. AU Rockin' or Gold Rockin' or something like that.
So who else besides Susie, Sassy, and AJ are on the marathon tomorrow? If you're on the marathon, make sure you
let us know what time.
Promote your time. Yeah.
Yeah. Promote your time slot. Vicky McMillan, hello.
Drawing nigh, a Gypsy's Kiss. Would there be any benefit to change your show to non-profit?
A 501.
Considering how little profit
C3?
we make now, practically none. You mean in order of the music things? No, because the fair use policy applies whether you're a nonprofit or not. It does. There's a commercial part of it if you're making money at it, but nonprofits have no better excuse. You got to understand the law, the copyright law. There is no part of the copyright law that says anything about fair use policy. That's a defense. That's how it's used. It's used as a defense. But there is nothing in the law that supports its existence. You just have to have a good reason, and if you have one, they let you buy. And up until this time, we thought we had a pretty good one.
Anyway, Kevin's in the room, or was. He probably had to go off to work.
Gold rockin'. Hello, Shelley and Toby. Hope everyone is having a great day. We are.
Dave Headblom, T100 Dave says good evening.
Oh, that's Dan's.
Bloom, you said.
Bloom. That's right.
Bloom.
It's pronounced Bloom. Head Bloom. Even though it looks like Blom.
Blom. Like Bloop Blop. I don't see Bloop Blop. Belva's here. Belva Jenkins from Chattanooga.
Tennessee.
Tony Rusi. Shelley reminds me of Glenda the Good Witch.
She, you know what? She reminds me of Glenda the Good Witch, too. She's very peaceful and just waves her wand around the house all the time. And
makes wishes.
And my dishes in the dishwasher get clean.
Wishes for clean dishes.
Wishes for She is kind of like Glenda, isn't she? She brings happiness wherever she goes.
That's right. That's my goal in life.
Let's make everybody happy.
That's right.
Okay, Kevin's coming over. Kevin, that's a thumbs up. Kevin's coming over tomorrow.
All right.
To help me with
Hey, Britt Chaser, what you doing up so late, man? Those people who don't know Britt Chaser, he is living in Great Britain.
23 Mark. So I thought Toby had a 16-ounce spray bottle.
Yeah.
Of water. You know what? It practically would do it. The problem is this house had the system, the pop-up Rainbird system installed. And it works. It works very nicely, except it works great on the lawn, but my plants are dying. And I don't have a reputation for maintaining plant health anyway. So I'm feeling kind of guilty about it because everybody's going to think
we have a hit or miss at our house. We're about 70% alive, 30% dead. So
kill them.
Things are the way they are. It's the desert. We do the best we can. Adrian Pavetta is here. Tipsy Gypsy's in the house. Ewok. Did I say Ewok? Ewok. Poem gets
Jason
you
Northface
there.
says, hi, Toby and Shelley. We should change it up tonight and talk about where warm water's hauled. Jason, once the phone lines are open, you will have 5 minutes to talk about warm water's hauled.
Do you know Hewitt?
Feel free.
Hewitt is.
I'll listen
never
to
get that
warm
right.
water's hauled.
Jungle Cruiser.
Says he wants to hear the rooster video. See the rooster
I
video?
think we need the rooster
Yeah, we've
video.
had a couple of those today, haven't we?
We have had a lot of those. A lot of those. Some you don't even know about.
Christine Kenzie says, I won't go boots on the ground till I am 100%
Mr.
positive.
G.
I'm only 97%.
3:30 in Hawaii.
I would go with 97%.
Jimmy. GX in the chat. Whatever that means. Clarence Smith. K-Pro's here.
Hey. Oh. Yeah, that's about all.
John Loro. I ride Amtrak Southwest Chief from LA to the East Coast. Can you recommend a stop in New Mexico where to get off the train and look for the treasure? Santa Fe would be a good stop to go to the.
It doesn't stop through Santa Fe.
Well,
It's
not
one of
Amtrak. You'd have to get off and get on the Rail Runner.
Yeah, you'd get off at Albuquerque, get the rail runner to Santa Fe, and then
And that's where it stops. You can't go
rent
any
a car.
further.
Yeah, there's no train further north than that. So you'd have to rent a car in Santa Fe if you wanted to go
Yeah.
further north.
You'd have to go to Chalmette Rantanito
Yeah.
and take that
Yeah.
Cumbres and Toltec, and that's
Yep.
just a sightseeing one. Don't know if that helps you at all.
I love Lucy. Funny, but not as funny as the probe.
Probe.
Hey, if you want to feel, if you need
Hello
a good
from
laugh,
the future. Hey, Mike Wood.
just go watch. Just go watch.
I always enjoy talking to the Australians and New Zealanders,
Oh, because they're ahead of us by
Kiwis.
Los Kiwis.
Yeah, because they live in the future.
Ask him what time is it. What time?
To north. To
what time is it?
north. To north. He called us today. To
North called today.
north. To
To North
north.
exists.
Ob Ord is in the house.
George, that's George.
Yeah, George.
George, call us in.
George of the
Tell us
jungle.
about your latest
Jeep
adventures.
Girl Jody just made it home. Hello from Colorado.
Jeep Girl, we just mentioned your company. And
And people are going to be
experts.
calling you with random questions
Questions
about
about-
Colorado.
Yeah, because we told them you volunteered that.
Or maybe at least just putting him in the chat room. Probably not calling you. George V. Is anything west of the west bank of the Rio Grande still out for you?
Anything west of the west bank of the Rio Grande? No.
Popped. Drawing 9. Was just thinking, look into educational use because I know we could use clips pretty heavily as teachers. Missouri Dave. Late. Any probing that I missed? Did we miss any probing? Probing questions?
Jennifer,
Probing thoughts?
Nora, I got one from Facebook. Toby, do you know who Concy is? A friend or a pet? Concy was a friend, and he was a football coach, if I remember correctly. You can read more about him in Fenn's second memoir, Too Far to Walk.
Yeah.
He was a person, and he was a trusted football coach. That's their relationship was
An older man.
Yeah, older man, high quality relationship.
DIY Dave, hello. Missouri Dave, hello. We got a couple of Daves.
DIY Dave. He's got a YouTube. Isn't that the guy that has a YouTube channel that does restorations? No. Okay, maybe I'm just making that up.
You're very into restoration, so.
Yeah, you know, Evan, the songs were karaoke. That was one of our arguments. These weren't. I got pinged the other day for playing that's Shelley's song, the
Girls Like
You,
ran around
and they
guys
said
like
that
me.
the guys, the Maroon 5 filed the production company for Maroon 5, and my argument was that isn't Maroon 5's music. That belongs to the cover band that bought it. Anyway, we're working on it. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah. Pirate 45. Jimmy. Cow Lasers. What up?
So 3D Bronze says, Gypsy Kiss, it's difficult to find a bank that has a large enough safe deposit box to fit the chest into and that is available, just FYI. Finders should definitely call banks ahead of time. Agreed. You should call the banks. You should look for a major bank. But I have had safe deposit boxes bigger than 10 by 10 by 5.
All right. Good to know. Clarence Smith is here.
Juno Hewitt.
And he says, you were right, Shelley.
About what?
Boy, I can't hear that enough. Tell you what. I don't
What
know.
were
It
you
doesn't
ready?
matter about what. I was right. David Dow is here.
Tim Walker, the bank has no authority to lick inside the box. They give you
To lick inside the box?
No, because he says.
Did you say lick inside the box?
Look.
Oh,
I thought
look.
I said look inside the box.
No probing in the box.
Can't do that. Tony
Okay.
Mercy says there are 3 conformers in the poem. What are conformers? What do you mean?
Moo.
Dan Robinson over on Reebman on Facebook says Shelley is a good singer.
Yay.
You can't see that because I can see it on Restream.
I'll take all compliments. Thank you. I receive your compliments. And I thank you.
And because she's like, what's her name? The Good Witch.
Glenda.
She actually grows in strength. And
yeah, then I can even clean more dishes with my
exactly.
wand. Charles Chapman's here, along with Debbie Teal and DIY Dave. Okay, I'm done. I'm at the bottom.
Okay, good. A Gypsy's Kiss. We will talk. This is from Mr. Anonymous. We will talk when the time comes. Rather than pay you guys directly, you can help me monetize the solve. Ooh. I have the treasure, and you will have the resources. I think it could work. If you want representatives after you found, should we make this? You want help after you found the treasure? Well, you probably help.
Joe Sheeran.
For a fee.
Ed Sheeran's brother. Tamara Lamb. Hey,
January
Tamara
17th,
Lamb?
forever, he says you need 3 people to start a 501c3. That's not true. You just need someone who has a 501c3, and you can operate through them. I have a friend that has one of those, and we've discussed it in the past.
You were right about Buddy Holly being from Lubbock.
He's from Lubbock.
Thank you,
1936.
Clarence.
He was born 6 years after Fenn
See,
was
I
born.
watched the movie.
Oh, I didn't know they had a
And
movie.
it's stuck in my head. Except for the name of the guy who played Buddy Holly. It was a big blonde guy. What was his name?
Big blonde guy?
Shoot. Clarence, what was the guy's name that played,
Who played
Buddy Holly in the movie?
Buddy Holly.
Oh. Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Britt Chaser's going to be on the marathon, says K-Pro.
Oh, very cool. James Casey?
Please elaborate on the bank vault. So most major banks, what we were talking about was not necessarily the vault.
Thank you,
but
Sakar. Gary Busey.
The safe deposit boxes. Every major bank, some smaller ones, but almost every major bank has safe deposit boxes that you can put your valuables in. That's what they're there for. They walk you in. There's 2 keys to there's a door, and then behind the door, there's a metal box. They open the door for you. They hand you your key to that door, and they walk out. Because what you put in that box is up to you and not up to them. If you put a bomb in there, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Or if you put a dead fish in there, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But the expectation is that you're going to put something in there that's valuable to you. And they do have so when I was traveling, I had a safe deposit box that was about that tall and probably that wide, which is big enough to put the treasure chest in, or the treasure chest and all the treasure. And honestly, I'm not sure if I had to get a safe deposit box, I'd actually put the chest in the box. I might just put the treasure in it because I would hold the box until we decided to do with it what we decided to do with it. So, yeah.
Japanese internment camp in Santa Fe?
Yes. Well, yeah, as a matter of fact.
Why would that be the home of brown?
Japanese?
They're yellow.
Well, yeah, exactly. But some people don't make the distinction.
I know.
Plus,
I mean, we don't really want to call
the
people by
Japanese
the color anyway.
Was slightly north of Santa Fe, and it certainly didn't make the 8-mile thing. And that's when Santa Fe was much smaller. As a matter of fact, I remember when I was growing up, after the Japanese were disinterment. What's the right word?
Freed.
Sorry.
Freed.
They were freed and sent back to their homes.
Yeah, allowed to go free.
They started selling those. They divided those. They were barracks basically, but they divided them up into homes. And I remember them selling them to the veterans when they were returning from the war as their first home. And the reason I remember is because my mother had a friend who was married to one of those veterans, and we used to go over there and visit them. I have pictures, as a matter of fact, of that, of me in a little red fire truck in front of that location. Dan Rebman says,
I apologize if anybody took offense to the color remarks of the different people, but I didn't understand why they would call it the home of brown.
My last name is pronounced Redman. Redman is a German name and means winemaker. My family has good recipes for German Rieslings. Yeah.
Ooh.
Tenard says, Gypsy Kiss, Shelley, do you think your laughing fit the other evening was inappropriate in any way?
Inappropriate?
Let me tell you what Shelley's laughing did the other day. It got us like 22 new subscribers.
It's just joy bubbling out of me.
So her laugh is what put us over the 4,900 mark. Jeep Girl Jody. Oh, we read that already. I think you've read all these. So I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom, see if there's anything else.
Gary Busey and Gaylord Sartain were on a radio station here in Tulsa early in their careers.
Who was that? Who was that?
Debbie Teal says, Gary Busey and Gaylord Sartain were on a radio station here in Tulsa early in their careers.
So you guys in the YouTube channel can't see the Facebook comments, but I can see them on our Restream.io. Okay. So let's see.
Read my equation. What? Michael Cohen. Not sure.
Michael Ken.
Ken. Okay.
That's Bird.
Bird.
What does he say?
I don't know where your equation is. I don't see it.
Don't see an equation.
Do you see it?
Jennifer Norrid says, Toby, you couldn't hold it together either. I couldn't. I was laughing because she was laughing. So it was just funnier than the Dickens.
I am an expert at probing questions.
Honestly, I can make Shelley laugh, but I don't think I've ever made her laugh that hard.
No, you haven't. But I make you laugh all the
Mitzi
time.
says, Shelley is an expert at probing into inner meanings of our emails. Okay. Done with the room. Thanks for joining us tonight,
guys. Got any
guys.
texts?
I do have some texts, but shall I play the text video? Text time. So if you want us to read your text on the show, send your text message. Send us a message. Send us a text.
I think you said sext, so I wanted to make sure.
If you want to sext us,
a
probing sexual question, send it 866-597-9901, and we will read it on the air, no matter how inappropriate. Inappropriate it is.
Maybe.
Okay, this one.
Charles Chapman.
Voicemail. Two voicemails.
It was double entendres that triggered the laughter. It got a little ridiculous.
Okay, so we got two questions. No name, area code 97. It's Chris. Okay, so we got two voicemails from him. Let's
Hey, Toby. Just a quick question. I was just curious. I think on your show tonight, you had mentioned that you had a guy that found a coin and a skull in a tree.
Oh, we answered that.
On an island.
He's talking about
on
Jack
the Los Pinos, right on the Colorado border.
Stop that. We played that last week.
Stop.
Okay, so this is a new one. Stop that. New one from the same guy.
Hey, Toby. It's Chris in Bayfield, Colorado. I was just curious. People keep discounting where Warm Water's fault might be where the Continental Divide is. And that would kind of explain why people are looking all up and down the Continental Divide and probably why he had to exclude Utah from it and Nevada or wherever else he originally said it was. Anyway, your thoughts. Thank you very much. Sorry.
So
is he from Canada?
He does have the accent, doesn't he?
He ended his call with sorry.
Sorry.
So I just assumed he was from Canada.
So I've never heard anybody discount the Continental Divide. As a matter of fact, I've heard people who do count the Continental Divide as where warm waters halt. So I don't think necessarily, Chris, I can agree with you on that one.
Colorado says, great necklace, Shelley. Thank you. This is a gift from Toby. I think it was Christmas, actually. It's turquoise and lapis.
She's the only person I have to buy jewelry for, so I buy her jewelry.
I bought it at a store here in Albuquerque.
I did? Oh, long stuff going. Let's see. When was this? That was Wednesday. Wednesday, 12:37. I'm in the room tonight. Toby, Oh, you know what? This is from Clayton Watson. Clayton wrote, I wasn't trying to be rude. I was sitting in the parking lot of the gym waiting to chat with y'all. Maybe we can do it another time. Clayton, we did not take that as being rude. We were running out of time and we couldn't take any more calls and we weren't going to make any more. So we hope you didn't feel like we were being rude. We weren't doing any of that.
We are
you
sometimes.
know as well as we do that you're our friend and you're welcome to call us anytime. Okay, from
Tenarth says, "Is it just me, or is this a very Friday night?"
it's a very
It's a very Fenndango, very Friday Fenndango.
So this is from New Guy in California. Toby and Shelley, I love your program. I like when you're in trouble is when they start the
sandwich,
the comment. Yeah,
the sandwich that
you guys
nastiness
have got
in the middle of.
I
love you guys.
Program.
I hate you, but I love you.
So from New Guy in California, Toby and Shelley, I love your program. Who do you guys think the lead searcher is? Is it you? Want to answer that?
You?
Yeah, you.
Me?
Us.
Not yet. I'm one more email with a good solution away from being the lead searcher. I'm on my way, baby.
Okay, so here's the deal. Number one, it isn't us. Number two, we believe that the myth of the lead searcher, it's a mythical lead searcher, was established by two types of people. Searchers who think that they are the lead searcher but have no evidence.
Now we're talking to you, Mitzi, because you just said, I'm the lead searcher.
Mitzi's the lead searcher. Right, exactly. So we got people just saying they're the lead searcher. And then I think the other kind of person that has created or has contributed to the myth is the person that is uncertain that they know where the treasure is, so they believe that somebody does, right? It's to assuage their fears that they're not the lead searcher. Here's what I'm gonna make my final statement on this tonight.
Oh, do we have a drum roll? Do we have a drum roll?
Yeah, we do. No, we don't. No. We have a rim shot. Can we do that? All right. Here's my final statement on the lead searcher. If such an individual exists, then the question I have for that individual is, what's your excuse? You know what? I'm going to change it. I was going to say for not having retrieved the treasure, but here's what I'm going to do. If such an individual exists, what's your excuse for not recovering the treasure as lead searcher before the end of 2019? So you lead searcher person, you have until the end of 2019 to recover the treasure. Otherwise, put this lead searcher bullshit myth to sleep or bury it. So
I liked this one.
What?
Who said it?
So yeah, come on.
The rankings come out every Thursday.
Yeah, lead searcher, you've got till the end of 2019. Otherwise, you're going to have a really good excuse. I feel like I'm at a cocktail party.
You feel like you're at a cocktail party?
Yeah.
Lead prober? Who's the lead prober?
The lead prober.
Do I hear a rooster? Can I get
Thank you, Toby. Christine says, thank you, Toby. Jason Northface says, October, I'm telling you, whoever you think you're the lead searcher, you don't have an excuse if you can't find it before the end. I'll give you till the end of 2019.
Mythos or pathos or logos.
K-Pros like us. We're in last place, brother. We're not even trying for that lead.
We're here to have a fun time.
Yeah.
Who wants to do all that hard work, boots on the ground
Mr. G, Shelley liked my comment. Okay, so that's
Yes, I did.
that's my answer to the lead searcher question from now on. I'm not it. She's not it. And if you're the lead searcher, pull up your boy pants and go
Your
find
big boy pants.
Put on the big boy pants and go find the treasure or stop talking about it.
Salty Dog says, thank you, Toby. Put this BS to bed.
Exactly.
Crapper, get off the crapper, says Charles.
Voicemail from Jerry. I think it's from Jerry Oliver. Let's try it.
No, this is Jerry Oliver from Damien, Arkansas. I was just calling to comment on why the Fenn treasure hadn't been found. Thank you.
Jerry, there is no evidence that the poem has been sold or that the treasure has been found and or recovered. If you know of something different, please let
Tony
us know.
Driver. Toby, I love it when you look into the camera and talk to the lead searcher directly. That's badass.
I just get tired of this lead searcher thing. Come on, find it already if you're the lead searcher. Okay, voicemail.
Hi, Toby. Hi, Shelley. This is G-Man from Philadelphia. I'm going to do the YouTube channel, and I spoke to a good friend of mine, a decorated ex-Marine.
That's the guy we talked to
he and I are going to, he has a graduation to go to, and tonight. So we're going to meet tomorrow, and the YouTube channel will be live. I will have detailed maps, the solution explained actually in one particular map. Things identified. I'll have GPS coordinates, and I'll walk everyone through the poem and what it means. And that YouTube channel will be live sometime tomorrow. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but I've never done anything on YouTube. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me today. And I'm 100% certain that the chest has been discovered and that I came in second place for what that's worth. All right. Thank you.
So
Does that get a rooster? I think that's
you know what? Let's
rooster on
that damn well deserves a rooster. Rooster time. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember, that was the gentleman that called this afternoon and said he had solved the poem and that he had gone to the location of where he knew the treasure was and it was gone. So his conclusion was that somebody beat him to it. I had the normal debate with him about evidence and what you need to do, but I did to him what I think I'm going to start doing in these cases. If what you believe, if what you told me this afternoon, you truly believe, then put it on Facebook, because if you have all this evidence, the way it works in the professional world is there are journals you contribute. You have an idea, you have a theory, you put it up, and even maybe just a hypothesis, you put it up and you let the community take a shot at it, criticize it, and tell you put it up for analysis, evaluation, and criticism, and hopefully some recommendations. So what I said to this gentleman this afternoon is, if you firmly believe that you solved the poem, that you went to recover the treasure and the treasure was not there, and in your opinion, someone else had solved the poem and beaten you to it, then put that up on YouTube and share your solution. So that the community can take a look at it and determine whether or not you came close. All right, and that's the advice I'm going to give it to everyone from now on. That says, I went there and the treasure wasn't gone. I went there and Fenn recovered it. Et cetera, et cetera. Put up or shut up. Right? Put it on YouTube or put it on a blog or put it wherever you have to. But put your evidence up, because it's not going to hurt anybody since the treasure is not there anyway. Put it up. Make a YouTube channel. Anybody. I made a YouTube channel. Anybody can make a YouTube channel. Who's that from?
Ching. See it? See it?
I see the $9.99. I don't know who it's from.
Oh, well, click on it.
Oh. It's going to mess everything up.
There you go. 3D bronze. Chance to see my bronze. Any feedback? Did you get a message from them?
Did 3D bronze, are you the person, I wonder if he's talking about those chests, those replicated chests.
I don't know.
3D bronze, we don't know what you're talking about. If you'll send us some photos to a gypsy kiss at gypsyskiss@gmail.com, then we'd be happy to share that imagery with everybody on our next show. Okay.
So Deborah Jensen says, I used to work for a cardiology group and have relatives who have a defibrillator and pacemakers. Just wondering why you have the device and wish you well.
Okay, Mitzi, plug your ears. We're going to talk about medicine. So back in 1998, when I was 48, is that right?
Yeah.
49, I had a heart attack. I was on an airplane coming back from London, and I had a heart attack on the aircraft. And we made it to the hospital in Reston. We got across, it happened in midair. I survived to get into the hospital. They operated on me and installed a stent in my heart. And ever since then, I've done everything I could to promote heart health. I think I've done pretty good considering it was 21, 22 years ago. But back in 2012, I was riding with my bike at exercise with my son on the Bosque Trail, and I had one of those moments. Have you ever seen when there's triathletes and that they're at the last phase of the marathon, and suddenly their bodies just collapse? They lose complete control over their bodies. That's what happened to me. We were on the bikes. I was underhydrated. I was undernutritioned, and I had undernourished, and hadn't had a good night's sleep.
And he wasn't getting any love.
And it wasn't getting any love. And so I was out with my son, Jason. We were cruising along at about 20, 22 miles an hour on the Bosque, and I collapsed and I went down. And it was for that, I just literally fell. I couldn't lift my arms, my legs, or anything. Jason took me off my bike because I had my toe clips in, not toe clips, but cleats. And he called an ambulance. They picked me up. I had to explain to them that I had a myocardial infarction, and so they rushed me to Lovelace Clinic, which is the heart special hospital.
He means back in when he was 48, not at this event. He didn't think he had a heart attack at this event.
No. I didn't believe I had a heart attack. My heart rate was normal. I wasn't experiencing anything, but they took me to Lovelace, and I was there overnight, and Lovelace couldn't figure it out because when you have a heart attack, your body gives off certain recognizable enzymes. Yeah. And
just like when you're having a baby, they can also tell by the enzymes.
That's right. So none of that happened. I didn't have any enzymes. And so they decided they wanted to install one of these in me to protect my heart and extend my life. And I was at Lovelace, and I said, how much is that going to cost? And he said somewhere between $150,000 and $200,000. And I was under the care at that time. I've been under the care since the mid-2000s, under the care of the Veterans Administration, the VA hospitals. And so I asked to be shipped over there. Would you please have me transported? I don't want a bill of $200,000.
You shouldn't have asked to be shipped because they wouldn't have put you in that UPS truck.
No, they wouldn't have. No.
Otherwise.
So they had an ambulance take me to the VA hospital, and the next day they took the advice of the expert at Lovelace Clinic. And I don't know how many of you know it, the defibrillator, the pacemaker/defibrillator was developed in VA hospitals. So they were leading edge. They knew what was going on. So they put one in me, and I've had it since then. And they told me that the battery would wear out in 7 to 10 years. Mine is worn out in around 8, and they need to replace the battery. And I've never experienced any additional complications as a result of heart attacks, but it's in there pacing my heart and protecting me from fibrillations. And it happens once. They download the data every 6 months or so, and they can tell me exactly what's happened. I have an event that lasts from 2 to 3 seconds, about 3 times every 6 months, which is about normal for most people. But it protects me. That's why I have one. The VA installed it in me. And now the battery. What happened is the thing started beeping at me, and that tells you the battery is down. And so I went in for a checkup just to make sure we were on track with all this, and they want me to come back. They don't actually replace the battery. They replace the entire device. And so you actually get new technology. And I'm glad it's there because I think it's part of what has kept me like my father's side of the family, not one of them lived beyond 53 due to complications as a result.
But
of
they
heart
didn't know
disease.
me.
They didn't know Shelley, and I didn't have any. Shelley is my reason for living.
That's right.
And had my father and his brothers known her,
That's right.
she would have been their reason for living.
Yeah.
But enough
Missed
of
it
that.
by that much. Anyway.
So this is all, honestly, this is all good news because basically it's an outpatient operation. You're awake during the operation. They open up the same scar, take the little device out, take the wires out because there's 2 wires pigtailed into your heart. And they don't remove the wires, they just leave them there. And then they replace the device. And the whole time you're talking to the doctor. It is
and then he tries it out and makes sure it works.
The fun part is they run through a series of tests, including the one where they do the defibrillator. And you know those scenes in the movies where the doctor puts the 2 paddles on the guy's body
Clear.
and he says clear and he presses a button and the body jumps. They do that test while you're on the table and you're awake. But it's good. They don't. The last time they did it, I asked, "Is that what I'm going to feel?" And he says, "Oh no, that was only 35 joules. When it hits you, it's going to hit you with 400 joules, which is going to knock you in your ass."
Like that.
Yeah. So
3D bronze
this
says,
is all good stuff.
it's on eBay. Forrest Fenn treasure hunt inspired bronze sculpture necklace rare concept model.
Who says that? That's
3D bronze.
okay. 3D bronze. Do me a favor and send me a link to that.
He did. He said he sent you an email at your
today, just now.
Yeah. Well, he said today. I'm guessing
I didn't
he's
see
sorry
it.
if it's a she.
We already looked at our emails. Let me just take a look at this real quick. 3D bronze.
There it is.
There it is.
It just came after we'd printed all the ones.
Oh.
And we were
Oh, you know what it
probably
is? It's the clasp on the chest.
Oh, interesting.
So let me show you what 3D bronze is raffling off. 3D bronze apparently has replicated the so I don't know what kind of creature it is. I don't think anybody. It looks kind of like a devil dog. Honestly, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna share this
Scary.
with you guys so you can see it. All right, screenshot. There we are. So this is what 3D bronze is talking about. This is on eBay. I'll go back to it and see where it's at right now. But as you can see, for those of you that are aware, it's actually a duplicate of the clasp that's on Fenn's, I was going to say on Fenn's chest, but I mean Fenn's treasure chest. So damned interesting that. On eBay, leather,
Is it leather?
It looks like it's leather, braided leather. Anyway, let me go back and see if I can. So right now, the starting bid is $199. It's got 0 bids. It should get some bids after this. But it's a beautiful piece of jewelry. Ooh, it would be something like Shelley should get.
I get to wear it on the show.
Yeah, and then you go, Toby got me this.
Yeah, another thing Toby
Okay,
got
don't
me.
be mean to. So it is an auction. That means, oh no, there is a best offer. Oh no, there's a make an offer. So they have an option to make and accept an offer. So that's what 3D bronze has been talking about all night. It does look like a gargoyle because that's the clasp on Fenn's chest looks like a gargoyle. Yeah. All right. So where were we? What were we doing? Oh, we were reading text messages. Okay. So this is another. Is this the one that I just played?
Mitzi Moore, you have a broken heart and they ship you to Loveless?
Lovelace. No, it's actually Lovelace. It's pronounced Loveless, but it's actually a at least a nationally recognized heart specialty place. So, but I wanted the VA to do that business. So did I play this? Oh, this one's from Pete. We can't play that because we're talking with him.
Oh,
so.
yeah. That's not resolved yet.
Okay, so it sounds like our friend from this afternoon is actually going through with it and putting everything up on YouTube, which is what we recommended. Okay,
If
this
you're going
one,
to Fennbury, it's going to be at Hyde Park outside of Santa Fe, right?
Right, north of Santa
He
Fe.
wants to know, is there camping?
There is camping, but if you haven't made your reservations already, you may find it hard to make those reservations. Now, they do have an area around, there's a big group site is where it's happening, and there is camping around that side. But you're going to have a camper. It's not
Tent camping.
Tent camping, yeah. But contact. There is a Fenndango website, and you can get to the guys that are running the event this year, and they can tell you specifically where are you going.
Oh, they're talking about thongs.
The leather thongs.
The leather thongs.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take much for these guys, though. You just say probe or thong, and
that's right.
they go to town with that.
Well, that's why we're here.
Okay, this is
Right?
from John in
Could just sit and watch TV, and otherwise.
Hi, my name is John Lauro. I've been following your show. I'm very interested in what you have to say. I take the Southwest Chief quite often from Los Angeles to the East Coast, and I go through New Mexico quite often. Would you have any tips for someone like me who would, curious about the treasure, a stop in New Mexico where the Southwest Chief goes by that might be a good place to get off and look? Albuquerque, Raton, New Mexico, the Raton Tunnel, something like that. Always curious. I've always went straight through and never stopped and got off the train in New Mexico. So have a great day. Appreciate any of your input, and I enjoy the search for the treasure.
So, John, as we said earlier in the show when we referred to your email, the Southwest Chief goes through Albuquerque, and as you said, short stop in Raton. You'll be closer to a search area in Raton. Whether I don't know whether or not you're still going to need a car. If you stop in Albuquerque, you're going to have to go 60 miles north to Santa Fe, and then.
But you can take the Rail Runner train,
right? You can take
to Santa Fe or down to Belen.
Right.
There's not a whole lot to do in Belen. I wouldn't go south. There's not much to see.
And there's certainly no treasure down there in Belen. So you can take the Rail Runner to Santa Fe.
Yeah.
It runs several times a day. It goes
There's a lot of cool things to see in Santa Fe, of course.
And you can visit Santa Fe. There's plenty to do in Santa Fe. If you want to go further north in Santa Fe, you're going to have to rent a car and go north.
Well, the train stop, it's a bit of a walk, though, if you wanted to go to the plaza, right?
Well, that's why you rent a car.
Or you'd have to get there's a shuttle, right?
There's a shuttle that'll take him to the plaza.
Yeah.
So if all you want to do is
And the plaza is where the Collected Works bookstore is.
Right. Collected Works and the Native American crafts on the Palace of the Governors.
There's
so
a lot
there's
of
a lot to see in
galleries
Santa
and
Fe.
stores and restaurants.
You can do that with a Rail Runner. If you actually want to go search for the treasure, I would go as far as Raton, see if I could get off and get a car there, because the closest search area that you'd be in is Cimarron Canyon. You're still not quite close to it. You're going to be in the high desert in Raton. But you could probably get a car there and drive into Cimarron Canyon and then pick up the train again in Raton. The problem with the train is it travels in a route that's mostly outside the search area, so you're going to have to make additional arrangements. And I think Shelley's suggestion that you get off in Albuquerque, take the Rail Runner to Santa Fe, and enjoy a short stay in Santa Fe is probably the best one, because you don't need a car in Santa Fe. You could.
Journeyman says Lamy is the pickup for Santa Fe, and a van picks you up. Oh, yeah. If you're taking Amtrak, I guess you can get to Lamy. Is that right?
Yeah, it'll stop in Lamy.
Okay. Yeah, but we've taken the Rail Runner, and you can take that from downtown Albuquerque. Where the Amtrak comes into. You can take the Rail Runner up to Santa Fe.
Lamy was where they dropped me off when I was returned from New Orleans. Yeah. That's where my mother met me.
I didn't know if they still ran out of there, because I know the kids took a field trip there one time.
Yeah. Okay, so John, that's the best we can suggest. If you want more, just let us know, and you know what you can do if you watch this and you're watching it live. Send a text message to Please Call Me, and we'll call you and discuss it. Okay, Toby, it's now 1:45 p.m. on Saturday in New Zealand. It's in the future. That's from our
It's what time?
1:45 p.m. on Saturday.
In the afternoon already?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it is in the future.
My daughter used to have a boyfriend in Australia, and she would have to talk to him super early in the morning, and it was late at night for him. It was always very confusing.
Sassy says, I just want to hear Toby say probe again.
Alien probe.
Show up in Bernalillo, and I'll show you what a probe is all about.
Oh, my.
Oof.
Oof. Getting warm in here.
Yeah. Okay, Toby and Shelley, when you discussed those.
January 17th says, just ask the cab driver to take you to the chest. He is the lead searcher.
Yeah, yeah, and I've only given him until the end of 2019 to find the treasure, so get him off his cab driving butt. Do they have cabs in Santa Fe? I think it's limited now to Uber and
probably
and Lyft.
Yeah,
so I don't ever remember a cab. Actually, that's not true. They did have cabs in Santa Fe, but they were not regular.
Yeah, they have hotel shuttles. Everybody has a shuttle, so they don't really need cabs too much.
Yeah, and there is a shuttle from the train station.
And from the airport too, right?
And from the airport, yes.
Yeah. It's just it's a very small
courtesy
airport.
The city of Santa Fe. Toby and Shelley, when you discussed those who could have influenced why Forrest's spot is special to him, I believe you left out Peggy. Go back and read the last paragraph in Flywater. We did read that, and that's one of the things that
Peggy would be there waiting for him somewhere
at the end, right? And we think that was after he had been pillowed down and perfumed, meaning he would meet Peggy in the afterlife. Right. That's why. And again, we believe that Peggy, the burden of knowing where the chest is, would not be something that Fenn would want for Peggy, because it will be a burden for anyone who has any sense of where that treasure is located, including the person who finds it.
Colorado says,
Pandora's
say
box.
Moist.
Who?
Moist.
You say moist.
I did. I said it twice.
Okay.
Steve says, Toby better get some fresh batteries. And Sean Martinez says, Toby, are you getting even a bit of an itch to go, staged and ready, or not at all?
Not at all. I am going up there to go fishing, Sean Martinez, because I promised myself last year, after not doing a bunch of treasure hunting and zero in the way of fishing, I will go up there to do some fishing, just because I promised myself. I don't know whether I told you guys this, but one of my plans for decorating my new house is I had decided I was going to decorate it in large canvas prints of drone shots all over New Mexico. As a matter of fact, you guys saw the one that I did at the Box Canyon. So, and now my house is pretty much finished except for the walls. So starting this weekend, I'm going to be heading up north with a drone to go get some drone shots along the Rio Grande. I want a drone shot at the New Mexico Vietnam Veterans Memorial location. I want one in the Cimarron, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to start getting those pictures again, because I didn't take the time to do it when we were searching. So I'm going to focus on things like trout fishing and drone shots this summer. A Gypsy Kiss, Sean says, many brown trout honey holes in the area. Yeah, if you're talking about Rio de los Pinos, you can walk down that river. As a matter of fact, I don't know whether we told you guys, but one of the trips we made up there, a gentleman whose name is Chris D'Angelo, who worked for Huffington Post, stayed with us. And he was writing a story about the treasure, but he wasn't necessarily real interested in it. He just, he was doing it because he had to, and because there was some, it was a human interest story, and because he was going to get a story out of it. But the whole time we were at the Rio de los Pinos, he'd look at the water and he goes, "Why are we looking for treasure? Let's go fishing. Did you bring a rod?" He'd say, "Did you bring your fishing rod?" And we made a promise, actually, that he would return, and I would take him up there for a long weekend, and we'd do no treasure hunting, just
fishing,
trout fishing.
Did you forget the word?
Yeah, Wally, the drone laws haven't changed significantly if you're a Part 107 pilot, and I'm a Part 107 pilot. It tends to be more associated with what you're doing commercially, and I meet the commercial requirements. None of what I'm going to be doing this coming year. As a matter of fact, I'm not doing any more commercial drone work. I'm just doing what they call recreational drone work, and flying in places like the national parks. Not the national parks, the national forests is legal. And I want to go back and get those shots that I didn't when we were at the Rio de los Pinos.
Odin says, screw the gold. Shelley and that ASMR voice is the real treasure.
You know what? I've tried to talk her into doing an ASMR channel, because I think she would just be great at it with the little...
so weird.
It's so weird.
So weird.
Sean, I was over, Sean, my daughter Sean, and my 2 grandsons were over one day for hamburgers and cornhole, playing cornhole. And that didn't sound right, did it?
Yeah. Okay, Mitzi, fire away.
Fire away, Mitzi. Go. You got that one. That's
Toby said cornhole.
and I was telling her about some of these new projects, YouTube projects that Shelley and I were working on. And I said, well, one of these areas has to do with this. And it led me to ASMR. And so I took the woman who's got, 3 million subscribers. She's the ASMR hero on YouTube. And I started playing it. And my daughter said, turn it off, turn it off. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, I'm getting sick to my stomach. So that was her reaction to it. I don't even know. ASMR has it has a long, the acronym ASMR has 4 words associated with it that I never remember, but it's very metaphysical,
Clarence Smith says, are there shuttles to Fenndango if you stay in town?
No, I don't think so, because Fenndango, the area up around Hyde Park, it's where we used to go skiing, the Santa Fe. So the road up to the Santa Fe ski basin, and then there's hiking areas behind that, Lake Catherine, Spirit Lake, et cetera, but I don't think there's shuttles up there unless the Fenndango organizing committee has made some sort of arrangement. I can't imagine that they've done that. It's a 2-lane road up Hyde Park Road with lots of areas for parking and picnicking. And again, the road leads to the Santa Fe ski basin. You can park at the Santa Fe ski basin and then hike into the Santa Fe National Forest. So again, we used to do that. As Boy Scouts, we used to camp up there. So. But I can't imagine there's shuttles.
Oh, wow. Silence from you. I'm like, wait, what happened? Did you go bonk again?
I went bonked.
Odin says it's 3:20 a.m. in the morning in Ireland.
Ireland.
My husband and I were talking about Ireland this morning. He said there's an island. It's an Irish island that people are moving away from, and now they're getting desperate for people to move there. He's like, maybe we should check it out. And I'm like, he's like, there's only 500 people that live there. I'm like, well, that's, I don't know. I said, but I wonder if there's only 500 people living there on this island in Ireland. I wonder if there'd be any other Carneys, because Carney's such a popular Irish name. Yeah.
It's the clan Carney.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
Gosh, and Bigor, the saints be praised. The
So,
Clarys.
I don't know. Could we live on an island?
They're going to be living on that island out there. 970 says, back in the chase, do you think you drive from Colorado to New Mexico to find the treasure? Thanks, Chris. That is our theory, although you can get to the Rio de los Pinos via a road that goes north from New Mexico. It's a very difficult road. Everybody we talked to said it's a, what did they call it? It's a vehicle changer. It's so rough that when you're finished driving it, you've changed your vehicle. So the less convoluted way, the longer but less dramatic way is to go into Colorado to Osher and then down from Osher into the valley and back that way. So it is a little bit longer, but apparently the people that we saw coming from that side, usually New Mexico hunters scouting for the upcoming hunting season, had basically 4-wheel drive junkers. They wouldn't take their good vehicles on that road from New Mexico. So it's not the only way you can get there by crossing the border. And actually, the road doesn't cross the Colorado-New Mexico border. That particular road doesn't cross the Colorado-New Mexico border until much further west. We park our vehicle on the Colorado side, and we cross the border as we're going downriver on the Rio de los Pinos.
She just said cornhole, ha ha ha, matitsi, ha ha.
She's just throwing dirty words out at us. Let's see. Can you speak Carney
Autonomous
talk?
sensory meridian response.
So, Gypsy Kiss, Shelley, can you speak Carney talk?
I do not have a good accent other than the one I'm using right now.
Oh, well,
if I try to do an Irish accent, everybody go, "Oh, please don't do that ever again."
Don't do that. Stop that. And I'm
I
from
love
Ireland.
listening to people from Ireland. I love the accent, but I can't do it.
The Irish would be saying, "Gosh and begorra, shut that woman up. She's hurting my ears."
Camp at Walmart. There has to be one close. There is a Walmart on the edge of Santa Fe, but it's on the wrong edge.
It's on the wrong side. It's on the south part of Santa Fe. But if you're camping, it doesn't make any difference because Santa Fe is small enough that you can just drive through Santa Fe and go up to Hyde Park, go up Hyde Park Road. But Hyde Park is north of Santa Fe. The Walmart is south of Santa Fe.
Mm-hmm. Stephen Lynch. I'm trying to think of who Stephen Lynch is. I'm sure I've heard him.
Isn't he one of our film community friends?
No, Mitzi Moore says you love Weird Al. You probably dig Stephen Lynch. I know I've heard of him. I just can't place it right now.
Okay, that is it for text messages. You know what it's time for? It's time for... what's it time for, sweetie?
The phone.
The phone, right. Open. There we go.
Hello.
Hello?
Who's there? I'm talking. Hello.
Hello. Who is this?
You know what this is.
All right, phone lines are open if you want to call and share.
Kevin wrote the name of the island.
solution.
Aramore, Ireland.
Oh, what a pretty name. Aramore Island. Phone lines are open if you want to call and share your solutions with us. Please feel free to do so. If you went on your boots on the ground already and the treasure had been recovered, we want to hear that story. And if you think Fenn has recovered the treasure and he's actually got it back in his vault, we want to hear that story. We want to hear all your stories. Okay. 505-402. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what do you want to talk about?
Hey, Toby. Sean Dodson here from Farmington, New Mexico. How are you?
Good, Sean Dodson. How are you doing?
I'm doing outstanding. Great show tonight.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. What do you have to say to the folks out there? I'm sure they're interested in hearing your thoughts.
I was one that texted you. I texted you tonight about, reading the Flywater chapter, the last part of it.
Yeah. The one where he mentions meeting up with Peggy again, or that Peggy would be there waiting for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he had said that Peggy was there waiting for him.
I thought it was would be there. Is that the exact wording? I don't have my book there. Would be waiting for him. Or was there?
Yeah, I don't have
right,
the book.
Was there? No, you're right.
I think he said was.
He was. He looked. That last paragraph looks as if he had come to the acceptance of the potential for the end of his life, and that somehow or the other he imagined that Peggy would leave this mortal coil before he did, and that she would be there waiting for him. That's the interpretation I've got. Is your interpretation different?
Yeah, no, I was just going off of what you were talking about in the one o'clock show today, which I thought was an interesting, take on the whole special place. I like what you were talking about as far as how, who would be those people that had shared the knowledge of that special place with him. And I think, you did a good job of talking about, Eric, Skippy, and his father. But I think the one person, you kind of left out was Peggy. And I'm thinking, going back to that Flywater, he was saying that she was there, was there somewhere waiting for him. It is possible that she had been to that place with him at some point in time. I think we kind of left her out of that.
So it's an interesting hypothesis. My only concern is you would have to somehow disassociate the special place, from the place where he hid the treasure. And so what I thought,
of course we're being completely subjective and trying to figure out what the special place is.
Absolutely.
One thing he said that he's completely taken out of his autobiography, for personal reasons. And then we had also, I think you quoted in your video earlier today, we were talking about the Jennifer London video from 2013, when he had said, I don't want to give too many more clues, but it's a very special place to me. And he says, to me, it's special to him, and reasons that we cannot infer. mean, there's many special places throughout the Rocky Mountains that, you know, the United States government has deemed special places and make us pay to go visit them.
Right.
But this is a special place to him for reasons that, you know, he's obviously not telling us because it would be more than he wants to reveal. But I think he says in the end of that Flywater chapter, just that one person I think that we're leaving out of there, that what could be associated, why that place is special to him for personal reasons, is there was, you know, I'm not going into too much detail, obviously, but it's special to him because it's a moment that he shared with that person who is most special in his life, which is Peggy, obviously.
So it sounds like we agree on a couple of things. We agree that the special place is special because A, it was an event, a moment, and B, it was shared with another individual. So let's take that to the next step, is your conclusion. So I think there's two places to go from there. That the event and the moment included Peggy, and it ended there. That he shared
that's possible.
Right.
I'm saying it's possible.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
that it is possible.
She's one of the people that we left out of that.
Right. And then there's a second piece to that. The treasure was hidden there. Is it when you play out this hypothesis? The implication is there's two implications. Either it was the event and the moment shared with Peggy, and then the second part of that is, well, then Peggy must know where the treasure is. Which of those do you feel like are valid in the story that it's being told?
Well, he's only ever said that Peggy doesn't know precisely where it is, and he's even said she doesn't even know when within a specific time period. I think he said 16 weeks or something like that of when he hit it. But there could be many places throughout the Rocky Mountains north of Santa Fe that him and Peggy have been before, but this place in his mind for whatever reason was a special event. And it doesn't necessarily mean that Peggy was in the exact precise, 10-inch by 10-inch spot that he hid the treasure. It could just be that
the area. How we treat
that.
That's our conclusion with a special place.
Time or moment or
We don't think of the special place as the exact location where he hid the treasure. We think about it's a special place and somewhere nearby is a treasure. So then the next question is, was the place as special to Peggy as it was to Fenn?
Well, we don't know because she doesn't know. There could be many places. I mean, it's just, we've talked about this before in the whole cold cognitive and hot cognitive. Mm-hmm. We joke about, Shelley is the hot cognitive, obviously. Mm-hmm. But in a woman's mind, what is special to a woman may be completely different than what is special to a man. Now, they could be the same thing, but it's different for each one of them. So, I mean, the place that Peggy might deem she had a special moment with Forrest for whatever reason could be a completely different place.
Special place.
We don't know that.
So
Peggy may have some ideas, but she doesn't know exactly. I think if anybody, I don't share. There's nothing that I don't share with my wife.
Right.
We have no secrets. Mm-hmm. And I would imagine Shelley would probably say the same thing about her and Kevin, mm-hmm. that they have no secrets. So not that he's going to tell Peggy, exactly where he hid the treasure chest, but I think in her mind and in her heart, she probably has a good idea. Is she going to share that with anybody else?
Yeah. So the question then becomes, if you spent enough time with Peggy talking about her relationship with Forrest, could you get a hint as to where Forrest hid the treasure? Although she may not know it was either A, his special place, or B, a place that he would hide a treasure. If you asked her to
that's a great question. I think
her to share her
up to that
memories.
I think it's a good question, but I think the follow up to that would then be who would be conversing with Peggy about that,
right?
Other than Kelly, Zoe, Shiloh, and those that are closest to her. And I don't think that Kelly, Zoe, or Shiloh, or anybody that is close to the Fenn family really wants to ruin the legacy for Forrest. They may have a good idea too, but of course, I've said this before, if Shiloh knew where it was, you really think he's going to go out there and pluck it out of the ground? No. He has enough respect for his grandfather and his family that he would probably never do that. I would believe that, they like Kelly, Zoe, Shiloh, and even maybe Creighton would probably have a good idea where as well. But they would never, even take like Douglas, is probably one of his closest friends right now. Even if Douglas knew, do you really think that he would jeopardize the legacy of his good friend and somewhat benefactor?
No, not at all. No, I can't imagine him doing that.
No, ever. I don't think. But I think it was definitely an interesting thought process and something definitely to still go down. So I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to call tonight about that. But I think that the key thing is that we all try and force fit our personal ideas on what we think this special place is, and that's just something even if we find the treasure, and like he said in that Q&A response to Jenny Kyle, will people understand once they find the treasure why this place is special to you? And Forrest had responded, and I paraphrase.
Yeah.
Maybe they will, but probably not.
Yeah.
Their minds will probably be on other things.
The treasure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to be thinking about how the heck they get this thing home, or what do they do? Do they put it in a vault? Do they call a lawyer? Do they tell the world? There's a million different things they could be thinking. Or I don't know. I think it's definitely a good thought process, but I think we're force fitting our ideas onto his poem, and what is special to him and that's probably why so many people, have arrived at this location, without knowing it, or have gotten within 200 feet back in 2013, but went right on past the other 7 clues because they might have been looking around, and as you and, Shelley have coined it, this place doesn't seem finny enough.
Right.
It's because they're trying to force fit their interpretation of what is special.
I think that's the challenge.
They have no idea.
I think the challenge is part of all of this is thinking like imagining, not just thinking, but imagining like Forrest does. Because until we get past that, right, until we can start imagining like Forrest Fenn, we're not going to make any headway on this. So I think that's the fun part of it.
Well, all right, sir. We have to take all the emotion out of it.
Yeah, which is difficult to do. All right, sir. Well, thank you for calling in, and thank you for contributing to tonight's conversation.
All right.
You have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yep.
Oops,
so we had a ka-ching.
Who is that from?
Pirate, 1999. There's
Pirate, thank you.
no question or comment. But I did want to make a comment because I saw the word umbilical flash by during this conversation with Sean, and I'm thinking umbilical to me indicates a parental connection. So let's just give that some thought.
Oh, that's interesting. The umbilical connection is a reference to your parents. Oh, dang nabbit. Hold on just a sec. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley.
Hello?
Hello, hold on just a sec. You've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your observation?
Hi, Toby. Hi, Shelley.
Hi there.
This is the Visionary. This is the Visionary from Wednesday night.
What where are you calling from again, Visionary?
Montana. This is the Visionary from Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
So,
and,
what's your contribution to tonight's conversation?
My contribution is, when I hung up the phone the other night, and there were people bringing up, just like now, Sean Dotson and everybody about some of the Fenn family knowing the location, let's say, of his special place. When I hung up and read the chat room, I in no way, I just wanted to say this, if Forrest does listening, I in no way intended on or meant in any way that anybody in his family, when I stated this the other night, knew where the chest was or knew where his special place was.
I had, Sean suggested that as well. The question is, could you, not that we'd want to do this, is it that they don't know the special place, or they just don't know, like, when sometimes a father says he has a good time to his children and he did this and did that, they may not know he's talking about his special place. They just know he's gone back there. So is it possible that that they don't know that they know where Fenn's special place is? I guess that was a question I should have asked Sean. Is it possible that members of the family, including people that are close to him, like Pakey, his daughters, and Shiloh, is it possible that they don't know that they know where Fenn's special place is?
I think that's possible, but, like when we talked the other night and after I hung up, and I did throw in Skippy and his father and Skippy and his father and some of the people that might have known, let's put it that way.
Right.
It's kind of a tough question. My point calling in tonight, and, I do have other things if you want to hear them, but the 5-minute rule. But anyway, I just, like I said, if Forrest is listening, I did not mean to imply that anybody in his family, because of the crazies, knew, and this coming out of my mouth because I'm the one that started it.
Right. Yeah.
That anybody in his family at this point, right now, like you just said, possibly in the back of his mind, or back of their mind, they might have ideas. But it's like Capo just wrote, well, his family has searched for it and haven't found it.
Right.
So, but like I say, that was kind of my reason for calling. I got one other thing if you got a minute.
Yeah,
but,
go ahead. Go ahead. We've got time. Go ahead.
Want to go on with. Anyway, the path is, as Forrest said, is basically it's a direct path. He has stated he'd like to walk a side hill, let's say a side hill, not a human trail, game trail, whatever. Walk the side hill, look back down, and see where he is then.
Mm-hmm.
I have a what if. Another thing I always say, it always boggles my mind, but 9-10 years ago, where he said he saw deer, elk, let's say, trees, and this and that. Don't go anywhere a 79, 80-year-old man can't go.
Right.
Well, you've heard of, let's just say, blowdowns in a forest. Winds come up and there's blowdowns. Well, what if trees actually blow down, big ones, huge ones, small ones, this and that? I mean, could the direct route right now, people, let's say they have an idea where it is, let's say there's blowdown and say, well, this is a place that a 79, 80-year-old man couldn't go. They turn around and walk off. But, this has happened in the past 9 years. It wasn't like that when Forrest hit, right? And so it could be, there are people 200, 500 feet or whatever. I mean, and Forrest says he has looked down on it, but the Google Earth can't look down on the chest. I'm talking about the path. Has the path changed? That's my question.
I think it's perfectly possible that the path has changed simply because of the combination of environmental and ecological, perhaps even geological conditions changing. The nature is always changing. And so...
Exactly. And Forrest said this himself.
Right. And there's a certain amount of entropy, right? Entropy is the dissolution of existence. And a lot of what you see out in nature is the result not only of those, as I said, ecological, environmental, geological, meteorological conditions, but there's a certain amount of entropy. It just changes. And it dissolves, right? Those atoms are doing something else. So it is possible that the path, as you refer to it, and you and I can both agree that we're not talking about a trail, that the path leading you from one clue to another, finally to the blaze and to see the treasure, that it has changed. What you have, one has to hope is that Fenn had the foresight enough to use markers, waypoints that wouldn't significantly change. I can't imagine, and this is for myself, I can't imagine that any of the waypoints in the 9 clues are a tree, because the likelihood of that tree Go ahead.
I'm not saying that it's a tree.
Right.
I'm saying, what I'm saying is, we call them up here in Montana. I've been in the woods all my life.
Right.
And there's places I've gone 2 years ago that I can't get into now because high winds have come through. I mean, the whole bit, and they're called blowdowns. And they're, you're talking 50-year-old trees that just blowing over.
And I'm agreeing with you.
Trying to tell how long.
I am agreeing with you. I'm not. I didn't mean to imply. Right. I agree with you that the path from one waypoint in as a clue in the poem, it is very possible and perhaps even likely that that path has changed in some way. I agree with you that it's been 9 years.
Okay.
If you can, you go to one location and you go to one location, and then 9 or 10 years later you go back to that same location, you're going to see the change. And so I have a sense it probably has changed some.
Yeah, that's why I can visualize everything, and I spent my life in the mountains, and it's just something else that I always, when I call, I throw in one of these things, and bottom line, I truly feel, because of his statement that he sees trees, elk, deer, this and that. He doesn't say water, but that the path that people could have walked up to and said, a 79, 80-year-old man could not have gone this way.
Right.
But 9 years ago, they could have.
Right.
So that's all I have to say. I'll just hang up and leave you guys alone and all that. But I probably will call back again someday.
We look forward to it.
Because I do have other things that I think are very interesting.
Yeah, we look forward to the conversation. And I would tend to agree with you that it is very probable that the path has changed since Fenn hid the treasure.
Okay. Thank you, Toby. And Shelley, hello. Good night. I'd just like to say hello and to Shelley.
Hello.
And you guys have a really good night. And I hope everything goes well on Saturday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to getting it over with.
Okay.
Take care.
Have a good night. You bet. Bye-bye.
So let's.
Did we didn't have? Oh yeah, we did. Hello.
Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your observation?
Hey, this is Bird again from North Carolina.
Bird, you're on the clock, brother. What do you have to say?
Hey, I just got back from my last trip. I done told you I tore up my truck pretty bad there in Nebraska.
In Nebraska.
So I did make it out. The transfer case and the transmission, I'll decide to head down to Georgia.
Yeah. That's a
I did make it out there.
Pardon me?
I did make it out to where I wanted to look.
You didn't. So you want us to move you down on the Rooster roster to another month?
Oh, no. I found out some very important stuff.
All right. You going to share that with us, or are you going to keep it a big secret?
I was actually considering, because I was real disappointed with what I had found. I was going to actually consider bringing you in on the chase where I wanted to go. But the more I thought about it, I kept thinking about it, and I realized what I had missed.
So
I figured out the omega signs. I figured out the omega signs, and instead of, I was sitting by the ball of string with the blaze. I actually aligned it on up to north, and I was sitting there going, what am I missing? And on the way home, I realized what I was missing. It was on the far hill. It wasn't under me. I just quickly looked down. It was the actual number of landings versus flights in Vietnam. And it pointed to the Twin Omegas. It pointed to the Twin Omegas. It's the infinity symbol.
So with all this new information that you've discovered, do you feel like it's time for a trip back to finish this thing off?
I got to repair my truck. That's $5,000, and it's in Nebraska.
Oh, the truck is still in Nebraska?
Yes, I'm going to go back. I have to.
Yeah.
I realized what happened, and I realized exactly what happened, and this is the equation. I'll give you the equation. If you want to write it down, I'll say it slowly.
Go ahead.
Infinity equals pi.
Wait.
Minus parentheses.
Infinity equals pi minus open parentheses.
Minus.
Go ahead.
Times 7.
Wait.
Plus.
Wait, hang on. Infinity equals pi minus open parentheses.
6 times 7.
6 times 7.
Plus 270.
Am I closing the parentheses after 6 times 7 or leaving them open?
Yes.
Yes, what?
You close the parentheses,
Okay, close
and then you go plus 270.
270.
Equals double omega.
Equals double omega. So the implication of what you just said is that infinity equals double omega. Is that correct?
Okay, just a sec. Let me look.
Well, yeah, because you've got two equal signs there.
Say,
wait. You got.
I'm sorry. Let me say. Infinity plus pi.
Infinity plus pi. Okay. Because you said equals pi.
Infinity plus pi minus 6 by 7.
Right.
6 times 7.
Right.
Plus 270 equals double omega.
Omegas. Okay. And that is the formula that gives you what you need to recover this treasure.
No, that's a trick question. That's the actual answer for the final. That's the actual answer for the final where it is.
Oh. So when
Forrest only had to walk about less than 300 feet to place the blaze, but he only had to walk about 30 feet to put the treasure down.
So when are you returning to implement your theory?
Well, it's not my theory; it's my proof. I know
could
all
argue
you guys
that
are saying.
Right. It isn't provable until
I know you guys.
Trash.
You don't like to hear the word the first person.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I mean, it's there. I know every question there is. I know every answer that there is.
Well, that's
it took
the big
me this last trip 29 hours driving home to figure it out.
Yeah. All right, Bird. Well, thank you again for making the call, and we look forward to your return to the treasure
location. If anybody can figure that out, I challenge anybody to give those figures for us.
Well, Dan Redman in the Facebook fair, just shared that with everyone in the room. So we'll see what they come up with.
Okay, y'all take care.
You too, sir.
As soon as I get my money up to fix my truck, which is in Nebraska, I'm going to back out there.
Well, let us know of your progress.
You take care.
Good evening. Okay, so chat mail. There you go. So these guys are getting smart about this. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your observation?
This is K-Pro.
Oh, hi, K-Pro. How are you doing? Hang on. Let me adjust your volume. Go ahead. Say something to me. Talk to me.
Oh, hello. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, got you.
Oh, funny. She's coming in one side.
Yeah. She's not in stereo.
She's
I wonder
mono.
what that is. You're mono,
You got
baby.
mono.
You're mono. You're not stereo.
Who you been kissing?
So, hey, what's new with you?
I'm mono. What is that? I don't even know what that means.
We're not going there. What have you been up to?
Well, we're prepping for tomorrow, so everybody thinks like we just kind of arrived for 10 hours, and so I keep saying, "Are we going to talk about Final Thing?" And I'm like, "No, I have to call my ATK friends first."
Yeah, good.
And so we're going to talk a little bit tonight. So it's going to be awesome and fun, and I'm sorry, and our prayers are with you, and I know. You don't need extra ones. It's just a little thing. It's not a big deal, but still, prayers are with you anyway.
Thank you. I want everyone not to worry. These guys know what they're doing, and I'm not at all worried, and my family's not worried. So I don't want you guys to worry either. I will see you next Wednesday, I'm sure. So I saw that the marathon was starting at 11:30 tomorrow Pacific time. That's 12:30 Mountain Time. Is that correct? Our time.
Yes. So 11:30. We're just going to start for a half an hour before kind of a noon start, which we're calling treasure hunting time. So it's noon start, treasure hunting time.
Okay.
And that will walk us through. What we did is first we just did a call out and said who's interested, and then we thought we were going to backfill with 4 or 5 different segments, kind of like you guys do, different segments.
Yeah.
But we had so much response, we actually had to divide up the hour, and some people only get a half an hour. And lots of people had so many different fun ideas. Odia Soul, we haven't heard from in a while. She wanted to give her update, and Joel Lewicki and Davio and Susie and Kathy. I mean, you name it. They're just excited to be on. So we decided to table all of those for maybe a later time.
Wow.
So we're excited.
So
we're going to try to get. We have 13 guests and 12 hours of dedicated time. We're going to try to beat the 10-hour, 30-minute mark, which will end 2 a.m. Eastern time. So there's going to be caffeine in my future tomorrow.
Well, I'm telling you, everybody's kind of telling me about the event tomorrow. I go under the proverbial knife at about 10 o'clock. I will be out of the hospital by 2. I'll be back home by 3. So I'll be able to catch part of it. And if I can, I will call you guys if I'm not feeling too woozy, because there are painkillers involved. And like Mitzi, I always ask for extras.
Oh, okay. Well, we'd love it. At least we don't have all the equipment that you have, but we'd at least want to tell everybody, Toby's doing great.
Yeah.
He says hi, even though it's a loopy hi, it's a hi.
So was it Sassy that mentioned she and Susie are going to be on at the same time?
Yes. They're doing a joint show. And if you've seen some of Susie, people are doing teasers on their different Facebook or their social medias, and they're doing little teasers. And, it's the rock with the dead body on it.
Yeah.
We'll just give that as a teaser for Susie's. Sassy's. They're doing a joint one. Everybody got to pick their topic, and some people have specific topics. Some people are boots on the ground, videos. Some people have provided videos. Some people have provided pictures. Some people provided techniques to solve the poem. And again, someone said, they all think they're lead searchers. No, we're all just providing our little snippet of how we think about things, and it's just a fun day.
Well, for everyone that claims to be a lead searcher, give them till the end of 2019 to return that treasure. Otherwise, they ain't a lead searcher. That's my theory.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
Mike just invited me
searcher,
from the room. Mike just invited me to come on after I get back from the hospital and just say hi and give everybody an update. So I might do that.
Yay!
Well, depending.
He's
I'm not. Now, first of all, I'm not going to make any promises. I'm 70 years old. I will be cut, and I'll be under the influence of drugs, actually. And you know what? I just thought about it.
So
they
fun.
are not going to let me drive home alone. I'm going to have to get one of the kids to drive me home. Shelley?
Yeah. I'm not one of your kids.
Wait a minute. How are we going to do Rainbird?
Let's not worry about it.
All right. Jeez. Sunday.
We'll figure it out. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about my Rainbird.
Nobody cares about your schedule for tomorrow.
So is AJ going to be doing puzzles and things?
Function?
Yes, AJ has a puzzles. Copper Dan has a segment. Joel Lewicki has a segment. Shannon Utz, Davio, Joel Lewicki, Steve Barnes, you name it. I mean, there's a whole, I haven't named 13. There's 13 out there.
Yeah.
So Arapeki, of course. So there's, everybody, and some gave some topics. And I will say some gave some very long topics, and we had to truncate it down to, 1 or 2 sentences. So everybody has something to bring, and we'll think. And then at 10 o'clock, anyone that wants to be on, we're going to try to do kind of that Brady Bunch big smattering of people. So email Mike, and we're going to try to get as many people on, and it'll be ridiculous. It will be, we're all going to talk over each other when there's 10 or 15 people on, but we hope to see everybody there. That's when it's going to be hidden after midnight time. And so it'll be fun.
So update us on the function in the junction.
Well, so the function of the junction got a little carried away. So we thought we would, from previous year, I talked to Cynthia, and she said expect between 15 and 20. So when I first talked to, the first night's going to be at Bullwinkle's for dinner, and then the second night's going to be at the Branch, which is connected to the Holiday Inn. They said that's no problem. They could accommodate 15 to 20. We are now over 40, and so there's a little bit of a change. Rather than us doing a 6 o'clock dinner for 40, we would actually have to reserve a room and have a retainer and all of that. They have asked us to come in waves. So this is what we did for the World Series of Fenn. If you are an early bird, kind of 4:30, we're going to do a 4:30, 5:30, and then by 6 o'clock, there's going to be a wait. They've already told us there's going to be a wait. So they're going to take us in tables of 8 to 10. And then after dinner, we're going to head over. Both of those places have a bar, and we're going to have a bar area time. That is when we're going to do, we did announce yesterday, now that we have it in hand, Forrest did, so that's the dinner part and then the drinks part. The day is going to be pretty open, but we did ask Forrest originally. We wanted to do a fishing expedition, and we asked him, one, where would he go fishing if he were to go back to Yellowstone? And he recommended Hebden Lake, and he wanted us to rent a riverboat and go around different spots on Hebden Lake. We didn't have enough interested consistently on which day, what would that look like. Many people are going boots on the ground, what time. So we actually canceled that part, but he still provided, he's provided two lures that he has made by hand.
Wow.
And he has put them in Ziploc bags, signed the Ziploc bags, and those will be giveaways for each of the evenings. Mike and I are still going to Hebden, and we're going to,
Mike said to remind you of the Forrest Fenn giveaway. Is that it? So when you say lures, are you talking about artificial lures or hand-tied flies?
I believe, okay, so I'm a novice to this, but I believe, I'll give you the example. I was at his house when Piper came in on her birthday, and he said, why don't you do a fishing lure? Why don't you make one quickly for us and show him how it's done? And it's like a hook with a piece of string that goes around it, and it looks like I think it's a fly fishing.
Were there feathers? Were there feathers involved? Yes. Were there bird feathers involved?
It's like a fly fishing.
Yeah. So, what he's probably giving you is a pair of his hand-tied flies, dry flies, because that's what he fished with and that's what he tied. When people talk about artificial lures, they're talking about things like Mepps lures and little silver wiggly lures. I've never seen. You can do that.
Yeah, you guys. This is Chinese to me.
Oh, okay.
It's the coolest thing that Forrest had ever. I think it's fly fishing related.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that if you ended up, and the nice thing about that Hebden Lake area is you're not fly fishing with number 16, 18, or 20 hooks. You're fishing with 8 and 10 sized hooks, and that's a pretty good sized fly. And if he does it right, it's almost artistic. I mean, if I were to have a pair of those flies from Fenn, I'd put them in the frame. They would never touch the water, and the lips of some trout would never be wrapped around my tied fly.
Yeah, well, and that's what and especially he was so nice. I didn't even ask him to put him in Ziplocs and sign the Ziploc. I mean, he really had thought it through, and so I want to say thank you to him. He really went above and beyond. And of course, Mike and I might have an item or two that we're going to bring as well. And so we will make it clear, because we're going to be you're only going to see the person next to you during dinner kind of thing. We're going to wait until the bar time for us to do something that hopefully gets everybody, that gives them a chance. We're going to bring tickets, or, we haven't figured all that out. The marathon, by the time the marathon's over, we will work all of that next week, but we'll make it fair, just like we did at the Jamie drawing, to make sure everybody has a chance. We were thinking about something like trivia or something. We don't know yet, but it will be something that everybody has a chance for. And it's super cool. Several people said, oh, now that you've announced that, I want to go. great, go. I mean, it is something unique. We wanted something different than just sign a book for us kind of thing. But, I mean, those are always wonderful, too. But we just wanted something different. And I think we found it. So, again, Forrest is such a sport with us. So thank you, Forrest, for coming through with a couple of items that will just be fun to have, especially if somebody asks, can we get a hat and put them on a hat?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll try to find a hat. I don't know if I can do it in time, but you
keep
definitely
them,
want the Ziploc
keep
bag that
them
has the
in the
signature.
plastic bags that he sends them in so that person can make that decision. So they're as pristine as one could have them.
Yeah, exactly.
Sassy, don't be a bad girl. I saw what you said.
Oh, boy. Well, and so that's the fun stuff we have planned. And then we probably, I don't know if we're going to have show. It's all a blur at this point. We're all just focusing on between the marathon and then I got to get travel going.
So when are you guys planning to
that will be the fun stuff.
When are you planning to be up there? Is that Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday is when I'm coming in. Mike's coming in really, really late Wednesday. And so we will actually be around Thursday. Some people have asked. Cynthia is planning a little informal get-together over at, I have forgotten where it is. It was where they had the event last year.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bar, yeah.
The Buffalo Bar.
Yeah, Buffalo Bar. Some people have asked where the other meetups are happening. It's kind of informal, but we'll be around. We'll have email. So by Thursday morning, I have a few commitments of a few people I'm meeting. Mike does too, but other than that, we're going to be, and then we are going boots on the ground. And, Mike and I have already committed. If we find it, we are bringing it to the event. So, be ready for that. You never know what can, don't get the rooster out. We're being a little
I don't
funny.
know. I was about to click that rooster.
You know what? You never know. It's going to be Mike's first boots on the ground for the Forrest Fenn hunt. And his last one, he's done it.
Found
so
something.
You never know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I give him credit for that. All right. Well, thank you for the update both on the marathon tomorrow. I had plans up until I was reminded of all of this for tomorrow. Thank you for the update, and thank you on both the marathon and function in the Junction. It sounds like a lot of fun. When you see Cynthia, give her a big, wet, sloppy kiss for me. She'll understand.
Oh yes, she will, and we'll tell a story or two about the two of you and the last time we were all together having margaritas. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it will be a good one. So, how long is she? Is she up there another week or so after? Is she coming back after the function?
I believe she is up there the week before.
Yeah.
She is. I want to say there's at least 5 that have said, if I go boots on the ground, I will bring it to the function.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe she is one of those.
Right.
So I think she's up there before. I think she's trying to get back pretty quickly because Michelle has something and then shooting something. And then she's trying to get back to make sure that, because she's doing quite a bit of the planning for 1 or 2 of the evenings for February. So
I just found out the last time she was over to visit that Michelle was a competitive shooter. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got the pleasure of, Michelle actually took me and her out. We went shooting for the day, and I thought I shared a picture. But, oh, my gosh, she is it's amazing when the little target goes out, and then you think you do pretty well, and you bring it back in. And I'm like, okay, I hit the paper.
Right.
And no, she is phenomenal at a whole different level. It's nationwide. She's kind of ranked.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, an interesting relationship. All right, sweetie. Thank you for calling in, bringing us up to date. Have fun tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing the replay, if nothing else. But if I can get in for just about 5 minutes to update everybody, I will. I promise.
Oh, literally any time throughout the day, we will crash into the party, and I know everybody will love it.
Okay, we'll do the best. We'll do our best.
Okay.
All right.
See you later. Bye. Bye, Shelley.
Bye. So
have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Okay.
While we were talking, we got a ka-ching from Dawn Davidson.
That was very nice.
Canadian $13.99. He says Indiana Jones theme song. Da 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 da.
You probably didn't hear the beginning of tonight's show where we're not playing theme songs tonight.
Thanks, Toby and Shelley. Great show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that was very kind of you. All right, it's that time again. I can play this, right? Yeah.
This one we get to play. That's how we play it.
That is how.
That's right.
And
thank you all for being here this evening for our Friday Fenndango. We had a lot of fun, and we hope you did too. And for Gypsy's Kiss, I'm Shelley Carney. Oh, and happy Father's Day.
And I'm Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. We will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. With another show. I think we're going to cover confirmation bias and invite that gentleman that we spoke to today, Jack. He's going to come and help us because he wrote the paper. So, again, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you again. Have a great weekend. And for those of you that are fathers, have a very happy Father's Day.